32, day 32, we're walking down the street with you, and we got songs for today. We're gonna have a new one to play. We're walking down the street again. We're gonna go with a friend. I make songs up, so I sing to all those people.
Showing up and doing the little things.
Yes.
Because you have big goals. Little things matter.
Okay.
Thought that was a good one.
Yeah. You want to know my thoughts on that? I have two thoughts. One, that's actually in a lot of ways right, and then two, it's so interesting how there's always two sides to everything, right? And so yes, doing the little things really matters, but what I see some other people do is I think about the exact opposite of whatever anybody says. And so sometimes people get so focused on the little things that they don't actually end up getting bigger or going better in their life. So let me just give you a real life example from that. What I see a lot of people do is they're so worried about getting stuff 100% right. Let's say you're a contractor and you're like, nobody can do it better than me. Now you're so worried about the little details that you miss the big picture. And so while sure, nobody could do it as good as you just missed out on more money because you could have just paid somebody else to do it 80% as good as you could, but you're so worried about the little things that you get it wrong. Now, where I think it's important is like very similar to what I talked to you about before, doing the little things, like all of those little micro things that you keep neglecting to do that are bothering you and taking up space in your head, you can just knock them out. And then the craziest part is the more that you do those little things in your life, the more that you will just hurry up and create that habit to knock other things out. And then it kind of creates this like effect of who you are. So it's not necessarily about the little things. You still need to be strategic and do things a smart way and think what's the best way to actually get this thing done, or the most effective or the most efficient or the most profitable way. But at the same time, it builds good habits to actually do the right thing. So I can see both sides of the coin.
True that.
Does that make sense, buddy?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So that's the thing that I think about is a lot of people go too far on one side and they don't think overall about what's the big picture on this thing. I think that most people, honestly, they worry too much about the details sometimes. They are so minute on the most minor details that really don't actually affect anything, and it just, they miss it. So I can see both sides of it. I always see both sides. I don't always see it, but I like to see it.
I guess I'm just thinking like doing the, like you say, you're going to do a workout every day, or like read 10 pages of the Bible or a book, like those little things.
Yes.
Do add up,
Oh yeah, 1,000%. Dude, I've been writing my book now for 15 minutes a day. Dang, there's some big plane or something, but I've been writing my book for 15 minutes a day now for the last almost 2 years. And so a lot of people will be like, oh man, 15 minutes a day, like that's so dumb, just take 2 hours, sit there and all this other stuff. You're right. It would be more effective if I sat there and I did it for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. But I do it for 15 minutes a day and I get that motherfucker done every single day. Like no matter what, I know I'm going to do it. And so that's what works for me. And so a lot of times you just have to do what works for you as well. And like, you know yourself better. And like for me to get myself to mentally be there for like 3 to 5 hours and just sit there and force myself to do it, it takes a lot. For me to just tell myself, oh, 15 minutes, I can do that. I'm like, I can force myself to do that. Is it less efficient or less effective? I mean, maybe. Actually, I know it is. But at the end of the day, it's just something that I know I can do consistently, and now it's become a part of my routine, and I kind of like it sometimes. But then I do add in those 4 or 5 hour times when I just like, hey, I got to knock this sucker out, and then I just do it. So yeah, I agree with you on that side. Yep.
Got me, you feel me?
Yep, it brought up some good conversation though to think about other stuff,
Yeah.
Because people don't think about everything, they just think about a little bit, and then I don't think about everything, I just think about a little bit about a little bit. And I'm thinking about it, think about it.
Think about.
And did you remember that song I sang this morning? That was a good one, huh? For just a second ago on the beginning of the walk, I mean. You think I should be a kids writer, song person?
I think you should, dude. Maybe
I think
write
so.
some kids songs, some kids books.
Dude, that's what we need to do. That's how we're gonna go viral.
Sing songs?
Yeah, like sing a kid's song. I'll make a kid's song up.
Okay.
Teach them about real estate.
Let's do it.
Wouldn't that be so funny?
Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad idea. Honestly.
Yeah, you come, and then I'll bring my guitar, just write a song real quick.
I like it, honestly.
Yeah, it'll be educational. Dude, that'd be so fun. Yeah. I'll just write educational kids songs about like business.
Yeah, dude. Have you ever heard of Blippi and like Danny Go?
No.
On YouTube?
Uh-uh.
Never? Well,
no.
That makes sense that you would never hear about it because you don't have kids that want to watch it. So
Is it is it similar?
I mean, like
Let's go in the freaking like shade, bro.
Yeah, it's just like educational kids videos. Like Blippi will go to like Sky Zone and tell kids about all that, your body and like.
Oh, that's
working
cool.
out, and then he dances and does sing-alongs and stuff.
Let's go. Dude, that'd be so fun.
You could be something like that.
Yeah, 100%, dude. I break stuff down real simple.
Yeah.
Like, bought a house for 100 grand, put 20,000 into it. Then we sold it 150, but there's a lot of the cost you don't see. Then we, so we really only netted 10 grand because we had these 20 grand in costs. Then we added all them up and I'll show you in a simple cost. Then we gonna get it. I just made it off the top of my head, buddy. I got a lot more where that came from.
All right, let's do it.
All right, that'd be so fun. I'll grab a guitar, dude. It's gonna be freaking crazy, man.
Crazy, man.
It's gonna be crazy, man. And then maybe I can go into a Jamaican accent too, and then we can do this thing. All right, buddy, you got anything else? Anything else you want? Okay, sorry.
How important is it to like travel, go to events?
Whew. I think traveling is so important for multiple different reasons. So traveling for me, I like to think of myself as halfway cultured though, a lot more open-minded than I used to be. But a lot of times what happens is people get so used to being in their area, being like where they're at, that they don't even like expand their knowledge on what's possible. So going to other places, going to see other things, like that allows you to see what's possible, to see how other people live, to have a more open mindset, which to me is like the biggest teacher of it all. Because a lot of people can understand things conceptually, but there's a big difference between understanding something and then actually experiencing it emotionally, like actually seeing stuff. It just changes your entire perspective. So I think it's so important. Same thing with like going to these events and stuff. You see what other people are doing, you see how other people are living, you see the numbers that they're doing. And then as soon as you start to think that you're doing something great, you realize that it's just the start of what's possible because everybody else is doing so much more. Now that's not to be confused with a comparison trap. It's more of like, dang, I didn't even know that this was possible, and what we're doing maybe isn't even as big as a deal as what I thought, which is kind of cool. Like I see that as like, I love that. Because whenever you see somebody so much further ahead, it gives you perspective of, oh, I could do that, oh, I could do this, oh, I could do that. And like, it's imaginative, it's creative, you get to do more, and then you find out what you're doing, and it's like, isn't as scary as what you thought, because a lot of times it's all in our heads on like, oh man, we're doing a couple $1 million, like, that's such a big deal. Then you go out to Vegas and you realize one property's $1 million out there. It's like, dude, puts it in perspective that really what you're doing might not be as big of a deal as what you think. So anyway, I love going to events, I love going to new places, I love being cultured, I love seeing that. I mean, I've been a lot of different places, and every time I go, I'm just so grateful for the experience, grateful to meet other people. I mean, I've been to Japan, Greece, I've been to Rome, France, I've been a lot of different places, and Mexico, just seeing the different cultures and the way that people live, it gives you more perspective and honestly a lot more gratitude, in my opinion, whenever I see other places for what we actually have here. So yeah, that's my perspective, buddy.
Like that, buddy.
Yes, sir.
I have not been out of the country yet.
What?
Not yet.
You got your visa?
Nope.
You don't got a passport, buddy?
I don't even know how to do it. Google?
Buddy, just Google that stuff and let's get you freaking going, dude. We need to have a Cabo trip, all of us, to go to Mexico, bro.
That would be freaking... Is that where it's at, in Mexico? Cabo?
Yeah. Yeah, let's freaking do it, dude.
Dude, that would be sick.
Worst case scenario, you guys are gonna come down to Florida and we're gonna be getting a yacht this winter, and then, but after that, then, yeah, we need to go to Mexico. All right, buddy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We really will, too. You already know we will.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I'm down, buddy.
Dang, it's hot out there, buddy.
Yeah. All right, Luis.
Why'd you eat the steak?
That's a good question. I was hungry.
All right, that's Luis bowl for you.
Luis Winky.
Winky.